Well, I am traveling the road from Bay Bridge Campground around to Thumb Butte and hope to be seeing Old Faithful today. But I just came across this overlook right off of the road of Yellowstone Lake and its surroundings, and I just had to stop and take a little video. As I've been driving through Yellowstone, it's just breathtaking. It's just such an amazing place with such diversity of terrain and diversity of everything. And I've seen so much wildlife. I've seen elk and bison just, munching on food right next to the road, and tons of squirrels and little things in our campsites. And it's just a beautiful place. I can totally see God's hand in creation. And I don't know, after seeing Yellowstone and some of the places I've seen in the past month, just reminds me that what an awesome God we have, and that He had His hand in creation. This was not some random thing that happened. There's too much beauty. There's too much diversity. There's too much just awe to just have been my chance. But anyway, just wanted to show this to you, and continue down the road, and we'll see what else we see today here in Yellowstone. Well, I'm at the Thumb Butte Geyser Basin, which is basically at the western point of Lake Yellowstone. And so anyway, I'm walking on the trail, and in most of these geyser basins you can see there's these like wood plank walkways, and that's because the ground is so soft around some of these geyser basins that you could accidentally step into a geyser spot. So anyway, here I am, and I'm going to switch it around because you can see a beautiful shot of Yellowstone Lake from where I'm standing. So here I am walking up into a view of Yellowstone Lake. Sorry about the car alarm in the background. Most of you know how I feel about car alarms. I always disconnect them on every car I've ever owned because I hate car alarms. That's why I pay for auto insurance. Well, this is known as thumb paint pots, and there's no geysers going off here at the moment, but you can see, I don't know if you can see that, you can see a little bubbling down there from a couple of those, but just some unusual landscape. And again, right here on the edge of Yellowstone Lake. So I will keep moving on, but just wanted to stop on this part. There's one kind of bubbling. I don't know if it's going to bubble up any more than that, but you can see it bubbling down there. So this one's called the Black Pool, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video, but the water is like super clear. You can like see down, I don't know, it's hard to tell how many feet it is down there, but it is, you can see rocks down into the, I don't know what you call that, depression down there, but very cool. And then this one over here looks like maybe some action is going to start happening over there. Lots of steam coming off that one. Well, here I'm right on the edge of Lake Yellowstone, and I again hope you can see how clear the water is. This is not what I'm used to seeing in lakes oftentimes, but it's, you can see fairly far down into the lake. It's just what a beautiful unspoiled lake that this is. Well, I'm on the Duck Lake Trail, just across from the Thumb Butte geysers. So this is supposed to take me to a little lake that's about 0.6 of a mile away. So nice hike, beautiful trees. So gonna keep moving on and take some more video as things of interest show up. So here's my first glimpse of Duck Lake. I'm maybe 1/3 of the way down the trail, and here's my first glimpse of the lake. It looks really beautiful, so let's keep moving. Well, here's Duck Lake, and as you can probably hear, it's pretty breezy down here. Just a little lake, more of a pond maybe. Anyway, there's a family over there. Looks like they're having a picnic lunch. Beautiful spot to do it. I don't think it was the 0.6 of a mile they said it was, but anyway, a nice little hike. And you can see the road right up there. So, I mean, it's just right off the road. Just more beautiful things here in Yellowstone that are just very, very accessible. A little different kind of terrain than what I saw in California in the redwoods, and even in Oregon. More sort of new growth, very much smaller trees. I don't know if this has been replanting or just the nature of the forest here, but quite a few downed trees and quite a few smaller trees, but still very beautiful. And again, I'm amazed at the diversity of the things I have seen even here in the West. I'm walking up to Old Faithful, which is scheduled to go in about a half hour. And as you can tell, there's already tons of people here waiting for this moment. You know, it is probably the most iconic national park feature in the world, probably. So anyway, I never felt Yellowstone was particularly crowded till I got here. It is so, and it's still not too bad. The rangers here tell me this is pretty light for a summer day, but anyway, here we go. I will be waiting for it to go off. So here's the flow from Old Faithful, and it goes down to this stream that runs through, and then in the distance you can see there's a bunch more smaller geysers that you can see some steam from some over in the distance. There's a whole trail that goes around, but none of them to the size or the consistency of Old Faithful. But it's just to the left if you're standing in front of Old Faithful here. And that is the Old Faithful Hotel, which looks like an absolutely awesome place to stay when you come here. I imagine it's pricey and hard to get into, and I've certainly enjoyed my camping experience, but for any of you non-campers out there, that might be a place to look to. So anyway, I'm gonna go walk around a little bit more, but that's Old Faithful. Here's the view from the observation point, about a half-mile hike above Old Faithful. Can't even really see anything from Old Faithful except it's right smack in the middle of the screen right now. You can tell how just big the complex is here. There's a hotel, a visitor center, a museum, a couple of different stores. I don't know, I haven't even gone through all of it yet, but by far the most visited spot in Yellowstone. So anyway, just a nice picturesque view from above the valley. I'm sure I'm above 8,000 feet at this point in time in elevation, and nearing the top. So okay, another couple tenths of the mile past that observation point, I come to Solitary Geyser, and so it's supposed to erupt up to 4 feet every 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to hang around here for 7 minutes and see if we can see an eruption. Looks like it's starting to do something here. Well, it looks like that might have been it. Did not make it 4 feet. But pretty cool. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Just you come along this trail and all of a sudden, boom, there's this little mound here with this little geyser. So always something around every corner here.